Okay, so I am so excited to do this video. I have a ton of stuff to talk about, but first things first, this is the time of year in which graduations are happening almost daily, weekly, and I want to take this time to congratulate each and every person who has graduated this year or the years prior. I want you to know that your success is endless and your accomplishments can be fruitful. Please invest yourself in your passion and never ever deny yourself of the opportunity to flourish. So I think it would be interesting to know, like, what do you guys think I majored in college? Like, what do you think I did? Okay, I would just be curious, so just leave that in the comments below, because I think it would be really funny to just like know where you guys are going with that. So first off, I went to a predominantly white institution. Although in high school, my guidance counselor definitely did confront me about the opportunity to go to a historically black college and or university. And one thing that was huge for me was diversity. So diversity is very big to me, and that is something that I was accustomed to within the neighborhoods in which I lived. And that definitely had an impact when I was choosing which college I wanted to go to. And also, I loved science. I don't know, science was just easy to me. It was something that I could read, I could study, and it would all make sense. The concepts, the application of the information on a greater scale, it made sense to me. And so I knew right away, like way before high school, that I wanted to pursue the sciences. And girl, honey, it was hard. And I just want to say, as a young black woman, the path in which you take is going to be difficult, especially if you are in the natural sciences. People are going to doubt your ability. They're going to doubt the fact that you are actually intelligent. They're going to minimize and reduce your contributions, and they may even oversee you at certain points. So please do expect that people will believe that you can't perform at the expected level, but understand that you can exceed that level in spite of it all. And that's what I had to do in elementary school, in middle school, in high school, and even in college. I know that from a very young age, I always carried myself very well. My friends, even from back then, would say that I'm classy. And that carried with me. And one of the things that I learned, as I got older, and especially in high school, I guess people could not conceptualize or believe that I could, one, be well dressed, attractive, and be smart. It's like sometimes I think people see a pretty face and they say, oh no, she can't possibly be smart. But the truth is, if you talk to me, you will know that this is not play. This is not play. You can talk to me about a variety of topics. And when I was in class, I guess in high school especially, there was this teacher who told my mother, I don't think your daughter is going to make it in my class. Maybe it was the fact that my mother would get me excused from class so I could get doobies for the special price on Wednesday. Maybe that was it, but I ended up passing his class with such a high grade that I didn't have to take the final. And he knew from then on, she's not one to play with. Just because sometimes I'm a little bit more like little vain, and people take that wrong. But I don't play about my homework. My dad would be home when I got home from school, and literally the game plan was, do your homework first, I'll fix you a snack, but you got to get that work done, and then you can go play. And that's what I kind of like lived by. And even in college, that was like so huge for me. The fact that I had developed that routine, I was like ready. The workload at college though, I mean, when I was in high school, I mean, it definitely didn't compare, but the workload for science majors, especially when you're on a pre-medical track, which I was, because I wanted to go to medical school, that was extreme. I had 1 to 2 labs per semester, and for 3 years I was a resident assistant, and I worked. I don't know how I lived and got by, but I managed, and I did very well, if I must say so. And I was a double major at that, biology and Spanish. Oh my god. So I guess the biggest thing for me, and what made me realize that I didn't want to go to medical school, was the fact that this workload doesn't seem worth it, because I don't want to be tired at the end of the day. Like, there are gonna be days where the things that you are passionate about will exhaust you, but that exhaustion will allow you to thrive. It will give you a high almost. It's fulfilling. And I found that being drained at the end of the week or looking forward to the weekend was not the way that I wanted to live my life. And although I invested 4 years, I invested 4 years in what I was passionate about. But on my journey, I realized that medical school is not what I wanted. And my parents were disappointed in my decision not to go to medical school. It was crazy. It was understandable. But college was crazy because professors would give me lower grades because I would do their paper in like 2 hours, handed it, and it would be an A. But they would find a reason to just like, to discredit me, to reduce my grade. Like, I had like, there were no hearings for academic integrity, but I did have meetings with professors like, oh, did you write this? Did you do this? Like, there was always something. I was trying to do research. A professor wouldn't even get back to me. It's like, you don't know my potential, but yet you don't want me to perform at a certain level, and you already have this preconceived notion about who I am, so you can have that, but I'm going to exceed in spite of you. And I could have had the opportunity to graduate early, girl, because it's very hard for double majors to do that, but it is possible. And that would have helped as far as debt is concerned, because if you don't know, I mean, I'm not one of those people. Yes, my family, like my parents, my sister, my aunt, they all helped me get through college. They paid for it, and I'm very thankful for that. But the reality is, you want to invest 4 years in something that you're passionate about, so that when you leave, you set yourself up so that you can be successful and provide for yourself. When I graduated college, I didn't have the savings that I wanted. I was very ill prepared. I was not ready to go out into the world and be a force to be reckoned with. And that did not sit well with me. It made me feel inferior, and sometimes as if I spent 4 years kind of procrastinating in respect to trying to get ahead. I was in a funk for about a year after I graduated. But, you know, because if you guys don't know, I always say this, I was kicked out, and that really helped me to grow and develop into the woman that I was supposed to be. I had all the skills I needed, and I told my mom, if you hadn't kicked me out, I wouldn't have been the woman I am today, because I needed that push. I depended on my mother for everything, and that didn't help me to get to the point where I can thrive in my adulthood and in my independence. And so I'm so thankful that happened. I wish it wouldn't have happened that way, but my mother and I can sit and talk about that and how I have grown substantially from the events of that day. And I just want everybody to know that whatever you want to do, you can be most passionate about it, and you can see it to fruition. Don't allow anyone to inhibit your growth or to have an influence on what you believe is valuable. Chase your dreams. Pursue happiness. If what you are doing at the end of the day does not make you happy, that is not what you need to do. You have a purpose, and purpose makes life fulfilling, and understanding that you have an assignment, so to speak, that makes the journey of life worthwhile. It's not about the compensation. It's not about the wealth, the assets that you can attain. It's about the experiences, the memories, the impact that you can have on those that you encounter along your journey, and about the change that you help to contribute to the world in which you live in. Understand that college is an investment. Whether it be 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 8 years, 12 years, it is your investment. Invest all of yourself into it. And if at any point you are not happy, don't be afraid. Don't hesitate to make the necessary changes. Put your happiness first. I wish you all the best. I hope you understand my life just a little bit more. All right. Thank you so much.